Hey guys, this is Proof of Concept. Sorry I've been late on making this one. I've been busy with school and all that. But this one is on linear isolations. I've been wanting to get to this one for a while. If you haven't watched my one on point isolations, you probably will want to watch that. It's kind of a little bit of a precursor to this. So as far as what a linear isolation is, if you remember a point isolation being you have a point that's isolated and you have another one moving around it. In most cases, it's usually what would be like the point that would normally be rotating is the one that's fixed. So like for a flail, it would be like that. So I guess I'll show you where this concept comes from. This concept comes from static props like clubs and staff. So I'm just going to give you a quick demo of what it'll look like with a pair of clubs. So we'll start here. Your hand is at the bottom of the circle, and this is the center point. And instead of doing a point isolation like that, your hand is going to be rotating the same direction, but now the part that's rotating is going to be going the opposite direction, as if it was doing this. So I'm going to switch it like that. And if you string two of them together, like one up, one down, or say like that, like that, there's really a lot of different combinations you can do. Now that you've seen where that kind of comes from, how does that apply into digits and gloving concepts? Come on, pork chop. Go. Go, go, go. My dog is all up in my grill. So I will show this first with a flail, which would be, this is the center of your circle. And the circle that your wrist is making, the radius of that circle is the same as the length of your hand. And then there's also that one. And it's similar to cat eyes, which I might cover in a later video, where it's kind of like that, where the diameter of the circle is the length of your hand or whatever is rotating instead of the radius. But I just thought I'd mention that, and we'll move on. You can also apply this idea to finger rolls like that. So you have top of the circle here, the center here. Now notice, I'm going to kind of move my hand out of the way. Notice how this finger is now in the center and this one's on the outside. And opposite direction. And you notice these outside two fingers, one's going up and down, one's going side to side, and it kind of makes a plus sign. And if you do that with flails, I'll back up a little bit. It comes out like that, which a lot of people have asked me about. So for that one, you're just going to start with one of your hands at the center of that circle, and the other hand pointing all the way down, and your wrist is kind of somewhere in between those. And you can also say isolate, go back. All kinds of fun stuff. Another thing that I forgot to include in my last video that I apply linear isolations to is this thing, where this is kind of a point isolated, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Well, instead of moving your wrists in this direction, you can kind of keep your hands what they're doing, but rotate your wrist the opposite direction. So say if I'm going to switch from this into linear isolation, maybe up here, I'll switch the direction that I'm spinning the whole pattern in. And you notice instead of having all my fingers come in at the same point, which is staying fixed, the point that they're all coming in at is moving back and forth. So I guess that concludes this episode. I'll see you guys later. Let me know what you think.